Well, many grassroots sports coaches in the United States fear the consequences of the pandemic are hitting disadvantaged young athletes. Harlem Lacrosse is a sporting charity that helps at-risk youth at inner-city schools across the U.S. Since the pandemic, the outdoor program has been halted and replaced with online sessions. But many of the players involved do not have access to Wi-Fi or safe open spaces at home. Coaches are struggling to stay in contact with them. Well, earlier we spoke to Devin O'Brien. He's the executive director of Harlem Lacrosse in New York. He told us how their program is one of many to highlight social and economic inequality in the city.
COVID has highlighted and exacerbated a lot of the inequity that we really exist to address. And that existing inequity in our city has also catalyzed the spread of the virus, just very objectively. Minority and low income communities are being impacted disproportionately relative to white, more affluent communities in New York City. The deficits in resources, the deficits in opportunities that already exist for kids born into certain zip codes in New York have really been highlighted. So, at a very personal level, the experience of trying to log into a digital classroom on a cell phone in a shelter in the Bronx with spotty Wi-Fi is very different than for a student logging into their digital classroom in a home office with a laptop. So a lot of the systemic inequalities and gaps in resources have really been highlighted. And there's a lot of barriers right now as kids go home to their, to their unique environment to engage in online learning. There's a lot of barriers to their achievement. Just to highlight another, facet of the inequity here, there's a lot of kids that have backyards and they have rage cages and they have rebounders. They're able to go out and practice and, keep playing lacrosse. And if you're living in public housing in New York City, it's just not as easy. So, we're organizing workouts, we're organizing chalk talk sessions, we're trying to keep kids engaged in the sport, but it's much tougher in New York City, specifically at the epicenter of the virus in the world. This is lacrosse season. This is what a lot of our kids have been working for since they were, in sixth grade. They wanted to be a senior this spring. They wanted to go to the city championships, which we've been to 3 out of the past 3 years. So a lot of kids have been working their whole middle and high school careers for this season, for this time, and they're not able to get out there, which is devastating.